And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the JH Show. We are back. It's another fun week. I gotta make sure because we're gonna go live here and on our Twitch. Oh, we are live right now. Okay, I gotta make sure we're muted. Good, good. But I have it open so I can read the chat. Um, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another week. This is gonna be a fun episode. We got Jaden here. Jaden's back. We got Austin back. Hopefully, Austin will be on a lot more episodes. So because his work schedule's changed now. He should be available for more podcasts. That'll be fun. Um, so today, I don't know. We're gonna talk about some really deep shit, ladies and gentlemen. Some really just out there stuff. So today we're talking about the simulation theory. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's the theory that this whole fucking thing, our lives in real life, whatever you want to call it, is a simulation. Now, I want to hear what you think, Jaden, because you're the one that was like so hyped about this. Let's hear your thoughts.
So, this is something that I've thought about a lot over the years, but not so much just like only a simulation is a possibility, but yeah, so the simulation theory is very interesting one because until like quite recently, we haven't really given it like serious thought. But when you really like get down to it, it's like yes, either we are or we aren't, but there's a significantly higher chance that we are rather
Yeah.
than not. Like mathematically and probability
Mathematically.
wise,
It's
it's
fucking crazy. It's weird to think
and
about,
so
bro.
yeah, and to reevaluate the lens at which you look at life and the universe and everything, is that a byproduct of a higher, more technologically advanced civilization has created us and is like using
I
us for
know.
whatever purpose
As
as a
an example,
simulation.
as a simulation to
Yeah.
see, that's one of the big speculations. So I was watching Joe Rogan and on the podcast they started talking about it and it blew my mind because this is what I was talking about a while ago. Like how we're all kind of, especially gamers too, we all have the same kind of setup. LED lights, a nice computer with RGBs, VR headsets. Bro, it's all just it's a simulation. I don't know how to explain it. So here's the other thing, and this is the thing that really freaks me out. What happens when we sleep? No one can explain it. No one can
So
explain it.
that there's also another theory, something about like everything that was ever created, like every past experience and memory and everything was created like last Thursday or last Tuesday. I can't remember which one it was. But
Huh.
and there was a way to prove it or whatever. But yeah, so like there's no way to tell, and it kind of like feels like the Truman Show, where like everyone's in on it, but
Right.
you, like everyone as an individual is being watched, like everyone else is NPCs basically.
Yeah.
So there's really no way of proving that me talking right now wasn't designed in a simulation, and you're the main character, and like I'm just playing a role, you know.
Right.
It's so interesting to think about.
The weirdest part, and this is what freaks me out, is what happens to, when we sleep, I feel like it's us taking our VR headset off in the other dimension. This is what I think about when I'm high, all right? I haven't even smoked yet, but actually, speaking of which, 420 cheers. But yeah, this is the shit I think about when I'm high. Bro, this is it freaks me out, bro. What happens when we sleep? I feel like we take our VR headset off and go to the back. We shut the computer off for the night type of thing. And
So you're
un-
saying we're still simultaneously represented in the original timeline, the original version,
I
so to speak.
think okay, so imagine and VR chat is a perfect example of this. What happens to our avatars when we shut off the VR chat? I mean, I
I mean,
guess
it's no
VR
longer
chats.
being displayed or
Right.
rendered or.
Right. It's no longer being rendered. It's in sleep mode or whatever. But I was thinking like just imagine like the avatar, this guy right here that I'm wearing, he just goes to bed. As soon as he's going to bed, I'm going to bed. It's a weird fucking thought. Uh,
That
you
is.
know, it kind of blew my mind at work today. I was like, I can't with this shit, bro. It's getting too deep. Oh God.
Problem with that train of thought though is this game isn't built to run autonomously though. Like we
Right.
have to directly
Yeah.
control it for it to have life.
Have life. Yeah. That's the thing
So
though is and Joe Rogan talked about it. Like it's gonna get so advanced if we don't kill each other first. It's gonna get so
Right.
advanced that we're gonna Black Mirror the shit out of this. I've watched Black Mirror and it freaks me the fuck out.
I fucking love that show.
Episode 1, bro. Season 1, episode 1.
Playtest.
Playtest. Have you ever seen Black Mirror, Austin? Oh, you need to watch Black Mirror, dude. It is creepy.
Nothing else like it, dude.
Yeah, it's a great
Like,
show.
part of me thinks about how everything is, right? And we can use stuff like VR chat as an example because how we're sitting here, for those of you who don't play in VR, he has depth. It's not like I've got a phone duct taped to my head.
Right.
He has
Right.
a depth to him. I can tell how far away he is. I can tell how far away Jaden is.
Right.
And this microphone looks like a three-dimensional object.
Yep.
So, you know how you said mathematically, it's more likely we are in a simulation than we are not?
Right.
Do you ever
Mhm.
think maybe that's because of the just absolute perfect scenario that's created our lives? Like, so
Yeah.
You know what's weird?
there's so much that has to fall into place for us to be where we are now.
Right.
The fact that we're
Yeah.
alive, the
We're
fact
what?
that anything
14
is.
billion years is how old our universe is? 14 billion, I think, or is it? I think it's 14
I
billion years.
don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, that's a weird thought. Like in the past, even 800 years. Look how far technology's gone. Even in the past
Mhm.
100 years, holy shit, it took
Yeah.
a leap. Yeah, I mean, our brains are very untapped, if you know what I mean. We haven't even explored what we can do. But
And that. Oh, go ahead.
Here's the
with the
scary part.
advancement of technology, I think we're going to be able to open it up a little bit more. Who knows what we'll create? Go ahead.
The scary part is if we are in a simulation, right? And this has been thought about religiously about God
Yeah,
having free
I'll get
will,
into
but God
that
has a
too.
plan. If we're a simulation, do we even truly have control? Like, we like to think that we have some control over what happens in our lives. That gives us great comfort.
I
But the
don't think we
question you have to ask
do.
yourself is,
I don't
do we
know.
have any control over this? Or
That's why
are
it's a
we just
simulation. I think it's a test. The whole thing's a fucking test.
Yeah, like the video, the second video that Gear Link talks about the architect from the ancestral timeline or whatever. They're using us for a purpose to whether that be to see, okay, well, we want to see what it would be like if we gave humans free will. So
Right.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna simulate that. We're not gonna give them a god or anything like that. We're just gonna put them in there and see how it turns out. Okay, well, now that we've learned, okay, in 2022, the coronavirus pandemic is ending, but World War III is starting. Okay, that's useful information to us.
Right.
Like, that could be our
A
purpose.
model.
So in one
it's
way,
a model to create
we
the
have
perfect
choice and
world.
power over our own actions, but ultimately, we don't really have free will because it was all predetermined anyway.
Right.
But that one video also was talking about how virtually impossible that is because the chances of some architect, like a group of people or one person, aligning the way that the original molecules collided to create the first RNA, which became us
Yeah.
and living creatures,
Yeah, I remember. this.
it's just so astronomically
It's
low, those
yeah.
chances.
But there's the
Like,
chance. That's the thing. We
there
don't
is a
know.
chance. I
That's the
know.
thing.
I know.
That's what's crazy is this is all theory. No one knows. And that's what's crazy
Right.
But the more our technology advances, the more I'm starting to fucking think that. There's so much shit that just blows my fucking mind. Like you were saying, ideas. Where the fuck do they come from? Bro, who gave us...
Consciousness, inspiration.
That's the thing. Like, what? Where is that? You know, what? Is that the fucking computer programmer fucking giving us, downloading information?
It's
I don't-
possible, just
what
like
the
in The
fuck?
Sims, dude. If you think
I
about The
know.
Sims as an example.
I know, perfect example, bro. You have a whole life, you have a whole city, and you create this character, and you live his whole life for as long as you want. You can do all kinds of shit. He has no idea.
Right.
You know what that
They're totally unaware,
It's fucking crazy.
thinking their actions are their own. I don't know. That's why it's fun to hypothesize these.
I don't know.
But
It's just,
do you
we
think
don't
that
know.
a creator would give us? Because the whole goal of a simulation is that it's controlled, right? You don't
Right.
know. So the fact that we are sitting here pondering this, don't you think that that's also kind of goes not necessarily against it, but if we have that idea, then haven't they failed at what they're trying to do?
No,
Oh,
I
well,
don't
not
think
necessarily.
so.
Depends on what they're trying to
Because
do. I mean,
I think the thought, the conscious mind, right? We haven't fully opened it, but if we got the technology, our equipment gets advanced enough to where we could open up our mind and see, and really, it maybe even like Joe Rogan talked about, downloading your own conscience into a flash drive and putting it into another human
there's a
being.
Black Mirror episode on that.
There's a Black Mirror
Oh,
episode on
maybe
that,
not
kind of.
putting it in another human being.
It was,
So then
yeah,
are drugs like a mod where we can kind of, go into the console? Because
I think
when you
so.
do
I
certain
think
psychedelic
so.
drugs
Yes.
and you smoke,
Drugs,
like if you
yes,
smoke
good
Yes.
point.
enough, if you green out on pot, or if you do enough
It's
shrooms or you do
yeah.
acid,
You
then you
and
can, how
this
it feels
I'm
like
so glad you brought this up, bro.
you're
Because
part of, you can look,
right,
it takes you out of
out
yourself,
of
right?
the so
And
I
you look at what's
yeah,
going on and you
he
see
gets
it for
it.
what it really is. And you're like, dude, like I'm sitting here right now. This is here, that's here, and I'm just a part of this.
Right. Yeah,
Someone made
so
like this beer bottle. Someone else
yeah.
made this beer
Speaking of
bottle, and
which,
I'm just
cheers.
interacting with it. So what led it to get here? I'm
Hmm.
just part of what makes the cogs go in the machine. If
So
all of this stuff has to work together, and that's what
it's
makes us part of the universe, and that's why we're all here and valuable.
right. So it similar to what you were saying. So I was raised Mormon, of all religions, one of the weirdest. But they're good people.
That
That's
explains a
that's the
lot.
thing.
I'm kidding.
What? I am the
I'm
farthest
kidding.
thing, bro. I don't even listen. I don't believe in
No,
their
you said
God.
the weirdest religion.
Yeah,
I was just calling you
one of
weird.
the weirdest. I am a weird fucking piece of shit, and you guys know it. But that's just who I am. Fuck you. All right. Oh, I just
We love you
knocked my
for
beer
it, man.
bottle over. Oh, that's great. Anyway, as I was saying,
to
is
that.
there's beer all over my fucking table now. Give me a second. God damn it. Oh,
Cheers.
just accidents. What was I saying? Religion. Okay, so in the Mormon religion, they believe that God created everything, from day one. They kind of follow the Bible for the most part. They believe God created man, if you follow the Bible, you understand, but they kind of believe, but they also believe that Joseph Smith is the founder of the new church, and that he saw God, and God told him to write these scriptures, and it was modern philosophy, if you will. That's what they believe, and they follow that modern philosophy as well as the Bible. So, but what both of those religions, most religions, and this is what I was trying to, relate to Austin, is most of those religions believe in what's called the veil. It's something between our spirits and that side. And it's an interesting take on that, but it's like, what is there? And they every religion has that. They talk about it. It's just, what is it? Our conscious. It's always been a question of religion, but they've all tied together to one God. Most religions have a single God or multiple gods, but there is a God, a creator of some kind, right? And it's just like, what is that? They don't even know. I mean, most of this is hypothesis. Most of this, if you really get down to religion, most of it's like off of a book that was written how many thousands of years ago, right? And how
Right.
much of that gets, look how many religions there are. I mean, that's different books as well. I mean, it's just a whole complicated thing, but they all talk about a God of some kind, a creator for the most part. And no one knows what that is. I mean, it's all just guessing work. It's
Yeah.
for real.
It's having faith. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but that's the thing. It's like, what is God? Like, God doesn't even know what God is what Alex Jones said. And that's a good point, because I don't think God knows where God came from. If parallel universes exist, and I believe they do, if there is a God and he created us, there's a God that created God, and then so on. bro. It's an infinite loop. I don't
All
know.
I
About
know
the
is
idea
there's
of
so much
multiple
that I
gods.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know,
There's so
bro.
many there's so many polytheistic religions, and like there's that episode in Supernatural where they
Oh
go to that
yeah,
meeting and they meet all the gods are sitting there in a meeting. Trying to, all right, this is like the people, the evil organization over us all that we don't see. And it's
right.
like, okay, this is your quadrant, this is your quadrant. People don't believe in us and we don't have any power.
Yeah,
Like it's just there's so many parallels we can draw from where somebody feels like I feel like sometimes we can tap into what's real, and that's where all this
Yeah,
creativity and stuff comes from. Someone just has that glitch and that little spark,
right.
and that gives them
Psychedelics
kind
are
of
great
like
for
a
that.
quick glance, and that's where inspiration comes from.
Yeah, psychedelics are huge, like for a full kind of system reset, because I believe, like you were saying, psychedelics kind of give you the third eye, as they call it, that opens up.
the ego death.
It's so weird. If it, you, have you both of you done psychedelics? I know you have, but yeah, okay. You guys get it. There's like right at the peak of the high. There's just it's almost as if you're somewhere else. You're not even on
Like you're
Earth.
on the cusp of seeing behind the
Breaking
veil.
breaking through. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's such a weird feeling where you're like,
But it's real though.
it
It's
is.
so
It
real. It's like one of the
100%.
realest fucking things. Like you can have a
Yeah.
dream that feels vivid, but this is
This
like
is like
100 times more intense than that.
it is.
It's like you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
your soul is. I mean,
You
okay, I don't know
are
how y'all believe, but like,
you. It
I
leaves
don't
your
remember which
body in a
religion
way.
it was, but dude, I genuinely feel like my soul. I believe. I feel like it's possible that my soul has lived X amount of lifetimes, and when I'm on psychedelics, it's like I've separated from Jaden, who I am, and I'm like back in the I don't know whatever plane that's like
Yeah.
where you go after
Yeah.
you die,
For
and then you're
real.
just like coming back as the
For
drugs wear off,
real.
and it's like,
For real. I'm not the only one that
eh,
feels that way, bro. It's so
yeah, like
weird.
and you can't tell me that just it happens to feel that way. Like it just so happened
No.
that those mushrooms do that to you, or it just so happened that chemical that was created, acid, just happens to make you feel that. That doesn't happen on accident.
Yeah.
Like there's
No.
no
It's part of
way.
you. It's literally chemistry. It's part of your body. Your body actually makes these chemicals naturally. But
That's why you have
these
the
are
effect of it.
enhanced and like they're direct. They're taken as a drug, not as a natural, thing that grows inside your body. They're taken directly. So I mean it still, but it's like you said, it's part of
See, they activate.
like it's so
That's
weird.
why you don't get high off of bananas, is because when those chemicals are in you, it's kind of like, that's the chip,
That's
right? That's
potassium,
that's the
that's
hard
like
that's the hard drive right there. When you've
yeah.
got that psychedelic and it heightens those levels,
Yeah.
it's kind of like your chip, your hard drive and your processor is just to the max, and that's why we feel that. And that's why it feels so unbelievably real is because it
Yeah.
is. It's kind
Yeah.
of like we are
It
overclocked when
literally
we do that.
is because I personally believe we are in a different dimension when we are that high on psychedelics. That's just the way I've felt for a long time. Like I believe we literally leave the mortal realm for a
I
minute.
I feel like psychedelics could be related to or analogous to a dial-up. It's like there's a slow build-up and you're hearing the like noises and shit, but once you're connected, it's like you're beamed in, like you are
Yeah.
connected to whatever we really are, like greater than that transcends the physical dimension, like our souls, if you will. If you believe in a soul, it's like
Right.
your soul is literally connected to like the mothership, if you will, or like whatever is after this, and it just lasts for like short
Yeah.
while, but
What's crazy is these monks and these Buddhists who go up and they just stay in a mountain for their entire lives with nothing to distract them and they meditate. And then they have this almost, the Zen. That's because where a drug can kind of force you there, I
Yeah,
think the
they're
meditation,
yeah, it's a
you can
meditation for
you
them.
can find
Oh
it. That's
yeah.
why they call it searching and
Yeah.
meditating. They're
Yeah.
trying to
Yo,
find that connection. And when they
meditation's
find it, that's
wild.
why they're suddenly just they know.
Yeah.
They don't know exactly. They couldn't tell you, but they know.
Yeah.
and that's where that zen and that peace comes from.
Yeah. It's man, that they get it. You know, they understand that there is more to life. That's the thing, like I hate to bring it up, but man, fucking everybody's all fucked up right now in the world. I don't get it.
We're so
You know?
far
That's what
off
it
missing
is.
the point as a species, man.
Yeah, bro, it's so stupid. Bro, I've talked about it publicly, like you know, I was born in a country near, you know, Ukraine and adopted and brought to the US. You know, I'm a US citizen, but it's really weird to think that a country right there is just getting destroyed, you know. A place that
It's awful.
was just chilling one day. Just chilling and then this happens. Like what the fuck? I don't know.
I
I
hope the Russian people end up turning on Putin and getting him out of office.
They probably
That's
will.
why
I
we're
think
No
that's
one
what it's
likes
gonna
him.
take.
No one
That's
likes
why
him.
they're
Yeah.
sanctioning him because
Yeah.
everyone was screaming,
Even
hey,
then,
you can't sanction him. That's not going to work. He doesn't
here's
care. It's
here's
like
here's the
it's
problem.
not to get to him. It's to get to his people
Here's the problem.
because Russia, this
Is like
this place is oh god,
no one. No,
they're
he's a
furious.
dictator, bro. He's a dictator. You can't tell
Yeah,
him what
that's what I
you,
think
you can't tell
too.
him what to do.
An
So
authoritarian.
and so now that this has escalated this much, he's not gonna stop. I don't think he's gonna stop.
Yeah.
As someone who's
I don't
born
think he
over
is either.
there, yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop.
He just
So
doesn't give a flying fuck anymore.
yeah,
He
and it
just like, you know what?
sucks. You know, I've cried over this shit. It literally is just loss of
It's
life.
a worthless. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was
That's
about to say.
it's a loss of life that's just not needed.
It didn't need to happen. Yeah. So unnecessary.
And it's just a whole mess. But this weekend, tying into this Ukraine thing, my band, I called a bunch of guys together. We're gonna go play at the Capitol here in Salt Lake this weekend. We're going to protest the war. We're going to call it Playing and Praying for Peace. We're going to play an hour of just classic rock and a bunch of stuff we did. It's going to be wild. That's this weekend.
Oh yeah, man.
Because, you know, this shit's stupid. All of us that are into music and love artists and stuff, like you were saying, the artists from Ukraine earlier, you know, like I love all that, you know, the world's music. And if you can't, I don't know. It just feels so broken in our system right now.
So like
It is. It
Jaden, I
is.
was before we got on, I was telling him that the band I listen to is, over there. And I was
Yeah.
like, they speak that language, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, if I play this out loud, people are going to look at me and be like, why are you doing this? But it was cool that, they're getting, if you speak out, you're getting prosecuted. Like
Yeah.
they are going
100%.
to jail for this. And before all that was known that that was what was happening, they put out an official video, and he read in English that he condemned the war. And while they use war and graphics like that in their videos, they don't support war and they don't support what's happening in Ukraine.
Yeah.
They finished their last tour in Ukraine and they love it there. And they, as a whole, publicly condemn it.
Yeah. No one wants this. Everybody knows better. Bro, look at World War
Yeah.
II. It was terrible. Fucking everybody knows this, you know? And so no one wants war. But when you have a dictator,
That's why they're trying to call it Putin's war,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
Russia versus Ukraine. It's Putin's war.
He
If
just
we
he's
go,
just
if
well, and the
we
other
as a
thing is
country go, I have decided I will go. I will sign up
yeah,
and I will go to it.
I can't because of reasons, but yeah. I've, you know, it's I don't what was I saying? I was saying something. I forgot.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you to say it was Putin's war. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the other thing is Putin's staff, even his own like old counselors and whatever he had on his crew or whatever. His board directors whatever. They
His squad.
his squad, you know, his team. Um Even they have noticed something's changed. He doesn't talk the way he used to. He's different. He does a lot of rash things. Like that's what all his staff
The
is
fact that
saying.
he's lying to his own people though
Yeah.
about it, and
Yeah, they're
that's
hiding it on the news.
fucking
They're
brainwashing
saying,
type shit. Like,
they've cut it all off, so all they're seeing is, oh, nothing's happening over here, or they'll show
yeah,
propaganda. I don't know.
Difference is take North Korea.
Oh,
They have
North
no
Korea.
access to the outside world.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
whatever their government tells them has to be true because that's all
Yeah.
they have.
right,
Russia is not that way. They're very much connected with the world,
Yep.
and they can go and see what's going on. They can
Right.
be like,
Yeah,
bullshit.
they know.
Where
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
the
what's
nice
it's
thing
so
with
different.
technology.
It's a modern
It's a
war
modern
with
war.
with a modern, up-to-date military that's trained, and then people who are in the know of the ways of the world,
Yeah.
and that's why everyone's pissed.
Yeah, well, and I remember the night that they started fighting. I was scrolling through TikTok, and then I don't know if you saw this too. Shit started blowing up on fucking TikTok. I was
hmm
seeing like it was so much just because it would be like a video and then like funny kid dancing, and then it was just a video of people getting shot in the street, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? There's
hmm
fucking I was like, what the fuck is this? Like sometimes I've seen TikToks like that are like a shootout or street fight, and then those get taken down pretty quick. But, and I expected these two because I didn't think they were real. And then
yeah,
I just kept seeing them, and then it was Ukraine, and then it was announced on the news. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to the
it's
world,
fucked.
bro? I mean, we. So here's the thing, and I think it was Jordan Peterson talked about this. It takes 3 major incidences in a row to cause a war. It's taken like 3 major events to start a war for each war that has happened in history. So this is a weird thing. There was the Black Lives Matter riots. You remember those? That was a big event.
hmm
Then you had COVID. That was event number 2. And now we got this shit in Ukraine. Event number 3. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Uh,
It's gonna get wild. But we just hope and pray for the world, dude. I'm a hippie, dude. I fucking smoke weed and just chill with these guys. It's great. Um, and you know the craziest part of this whole fucking thing is it might all be a simulation. What the
so
fuck?
yeah, let's tie it back to that. Like,
What
what
the fuck?
if
What?
this is a simulation? I hope that by now, like, whatever the architect has fucking wanted to
Bruh.
find out, they found it out, and they're
What
just gonna go
the
easier
fuck?
on us now.
I mean,
Like,
Jesus
bro.
fucking Christ, give us a break. We've
Come
had
on, dude,
3
let's
I
years
mean,
just
it
of
make
this
reminds
shit.
me of that. Sorry, I
let's
didn't
just
want
make
to.
cat girls real, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Let me
Ready Player One.
OPMC and send me
Ready
to a new
Player One.
world of fantasy and let me find my
Yeah.
fucking cat girls and elves at this point. Come on.
Yeah. Right? Let this shit be real. You know how crazy this shit would be if we could actually fucking feel everything we were in our like
Full
They
Avatar?
dive
predict
is
we
gonna
can.
happen
Bro,
soon.
it's gonna
With
be
Neuralink,
crazy.
they can
Neuralink,
they
dude.
can target those and simulate that. Like
Neuralink's
that,
gonna be
it's already
fucking
functions.
crazy.
Isn't that insane to you? So, fuck psychedelic drugs. Imagine if you could had an app on your phone that could make you high.
Oh my
That's
god.
the future we're headed to. You want to talk
Holy
about a
That's true.
simulation, dude? What about a simulation inside of a simulation, like we are right now?
Oh my God, that would be well, yeah, I guess we're a
That's
simulation
what everyone's waiting
inside a
for, honestly.
simulation.
Like,
Yeah,
with VR, it's like what everyone's waiting for.
It'll be so weird. You know how crazy? Because right now I'm high, so like the veil between what's real and what's not is thinner. That's why I do it. You get it.
Hmm, I
But
get it.
yeah, it's just it's so weird to think that one day I'm gonna actually be fucking sitting in this podcast studio. You know how crazy that would be? Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
I hope that comes to fruition,
that
dude.
would be fucking lit.
I don't know if I'd get a chip implanted in my brain to make it happen, but
I
I
don't
would
know.
do a lot.
I'd do it.
I
I mean,
would, I
everything
would do
else
it.
with everything going on, dude. You just gotta try shit.
If
Like
they
at this
gave it
point,
out
I
where
don't
we're
know,
at,
free,
bro.
if
I
they
don't
gave it out
trust
for
our fucking
testing, I don't know.
billionaire overlords,
That's
dude. If they
true.
ever needed a
What if we
fucking
got?
mind
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
look
yeah,
what the
brainwashed
yeah.
man's
army
done.
room.
look what the man's done to cars. Like, it's gonna be fucking lit. And
Oh,
you
you're
know it.
talking Elon
No,
Musk.
I know
I
it's
love that
real.
dude.
I mean, it's
No,
already been tested on humans. Like,
but look at the
I
crazy
just
shit
don't want
he's
to be
done. And a
one.
fun, ridiculous, just because I can shit. Like, I'm sure
Right.
he'll make it a great time. His cars fart, dude. It's gonna be great.
That's a fair point. These cars do indeed do that.
That's great. But yeah, how much time do we got left? Oh, we got 30 minutes. Wow. Sweet. Yeah, this is I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about that simulation theory though. And it's man, it's kind of blowing my mind right now because it's no, we're in VR. I mean, it's I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, VR doesn't amplify that theory for me because I mean it's still a direct like puppet show. It's not like its own. If this continued after we got off, yeah, sure, then I'd be like, but
Right.
ultimately, it just reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode where Rick has all those different simulations running and powering his like
Yeah.
spaceship or whatever.
Right.
Like that's what it kind of makes
Right.
me think about. But I don't think that's our purpose.
That's such a
I don't
weird
really
thought.
think it is. But
That's
it
a
is
simpler
interesting
version
that
of it too.
Maybe
yeah.
we're here for someone else's amusement. Maybe that's it. Maybe we don't have a great purpose. Maybe we're like a
Yeah.
television show.
Yeah. Who knows?
We're a sitcom.
That's pretty sick.
They're
I
watching right
wouldn't want
now,
to be a
just
part
saying,
of
"You
that.
got it, fuckers. Enjoy your lives."
They're like, they're onto us.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very convincing. It's a very, very deep thought that we might just not. I mean, who knows? It's such a weird thought.
We always try to give ourselves a lot more purpose because
Yeah.
it's sad. If we think that our meaning, our existence, and our very meaning is pointless, then why are we here, right? That's where it comes
Right.
to. That's why people have religion and an afterlife.
Exactly.
Why am I here? So that way my afterlife, which speaking of afterlife, maybe the afterlife is when we're finally pulled out. And
Exactly. Yeah, that would
you
be.
qualify, right? You did your part, and like, okay, this one worked out. They figured it out. So we can bring them out and get them into reality. It's kind of like maybe that's what it is.
A
That's
whole
how people
test.
are.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, a whole
tests. They're
test.
testing to see, okay, is this one worthy of coming out, or
Well,
is
it's
this
like that
one not?
Rick and
You've
Morty
got time.
episode.
You've got some time here, and we're gonna see,
You
okay, is
remember
this
that?
one good? Did this one go and murder a bunch of people, or did they start a trust fund and help the homeless? Okay, that one's
Right.
good. We
So
can
that's
pull
a
him out.
simplified
That's
version
Judgment
of,
Day.
of Judgment Day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's Judgment Day.
Heaven and hell type
It
shit.
reminds
I
me
don't
of
know.
that Midnight Gospel episode where that
Yeah,
guy in the time prison just keeps
right.
getting sent back until he has learned his lesson.
Yeah, that's so
That's
weird.
a possibility, I
That's
suppose.
a weird thought.
I love that episode, and even if that's not true, like the concept of viewing everyone else as another version of yourself,
Right. And
that changed my life.
man, it's a weird thought that when I took 700 like milligrams or whatever it is on the tabs of acid. 700. That's a lot. It's double like a high dose. So anyway, when you're that gone, I felt like time didn't exist where I was in that realm. I don't know if you guys
Hmm.
felt that, but like I was in a time. I was watching the clock constantly, and it wouldn't change. It was, I don't know, weird. Time.
Well, you were on an incredible amount of
That's
acid,
true.
though, so
Yeah,
Dude, the clock may not
definitely.
have even been there. That could have been a tree.
it could
That's
have
true.
literally just not even
No,
been there.
yeah,
Projection of
no.
your internal.
Oh my God, there's that point where you're tripping where everything's just liquid. Ugh, that's a weird.
Mm.
Everything's liquid, just wobbling and shit. Ugh, that's so
I
weird.
remember I said, you know what? It's time for bed. You know how you take the blanket and you do that? Dude, I about died. Like, I literally about fell over dead when that thing
Really
flowed like that. But it was like,
trippy as shit. Damn.
yeah.
Oh man, I love that stuff so much. My house is so
I
trippy
can't do it
too.
anymore, man.
Really?
That shit fucked me up my last time I did it, bro.
Oh, you gotta have a good
Someone had a
environment.
seizure.
You gotta
Fucking.
have a good environment. If you have
It
something
was
bad
not a
happen
good
during the
time.
trip, it's never a good time. You gotta have a good time. Just fucking chill, smoke weed
Some
on top
events
of
are
it, throw on
uncontrollable
some
though,
Pink
so do
Floyd.
you risk it?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Yeah,
It's kind of like an
seizure.
appetizer.
Damn.
Yeah, someone had a seizure, and like I was afraid we were gonna have to call the cops, and we were going to jail, and like all this shit. It was bad. But
Hmm.
all the other times before that were pretty fun.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, you gotta have a good environment and good music and a
And I feel like
sitter.
you also need to be mentally
Always,
prepared for it.
yeah, it's a full reset, of course. Um, yeah, so three things that you have to have. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't condone the use of LSD. I'm just saying if you're in that situation, there are three things you need, right? You need good music, uh, a good environment, something calming. You're not going to be turning on like uh, war movies or something in the background. Just, just put on some nice music. So have a good environment, and then the third thing is have a sitter. Have someone sober there watching because that helps so much. That helps tremendously when there's someone sober there because sometimes it can get a little crazy. So yeah, those are three things you need if you're in that situation. So, what advice would you give somebody for their first time?
Um, so like when you green out on weed, you don't want, and I don't know if everyone's this way, but you don't want something really, really nagging at your conscience or your mind. Like
Yeah,
if you made a mistake, like if you recently gotten a
yeah,
breakup or if you recently lost someone or something that's really like prevalent on your heart or your mind, that's like negative. You don't really want to go
no
into it
negative
because that's
energy.
going to shape your whole trip.
Yeah,
It's going to really,
yep,
muddy the water, so to speak. So make sure that like you're in a good place mentally where you're like, okay, I'm ready for acid or whatever it is to show me what I need to see. I'm ready to
right.
feel and be changed.
Because
And
it's
it's
a
like you're
different state
consenting
of
to it because
mind.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very real state of mind. So if you're
it's a
not ready for that, I wouldn't recommend it. If you
yeah,
don't have enough time, because it takes like 12 plus hours, like
yeah, it's a 12 hours depending on how much you take. So, Austin, what advice would you give somebody for their first time?
So, people, right? Like the music, I listen to really heavy metal music, like Russian deathcore and crazy shit like that. So, really fast-paced, overly heavy stuff, usually you want to tone that down.
Yeah,
Like if you're
especially
watching
for your
something,
first
you don't
time.
want to watch Saving Private Ryan. You probably
Yeah,
want to watch like a nice chill anime, something with
I
good
went for Wreck-It
colors.
Ralph.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Something
something with
funny.
good colors. If
Right.
you watch and try to avoid muted tones, because I've seen that, and what it does is it's like, when you have tunnel vision, that's what it makes you
Yeah,
feel like. It feels like there's missing textures. So be somewhere that's bright
right.
but
Lots
colorful.
of lots of light. That's important. Darkness is bad.
It'll make you sick. It'll make you
Yeah.
very sick because you'll feel things. You
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
feel your
Yeah.
body and the universe
Physically,
around
yeah.
you,
Yeah, your whole
and
Yeah.
body's
you'll float and you'll shake and you'll feel everything.
oh, it's
And if
so
you can't
weird.
see what's happening, you'll get disoriented and get really
Yeah.
sick. So keep the lights
Yeah.
on, find something colorful and not too extreme. Just keep it
Nothing
chill.
threatening or
Right.
intimidating, yeah.
No.
Calm. See, I like Pink Floyd. It's always great because it's chill. But
Pink Floyd is not chill. Their topics are very much real and
yes,
impactful.
they are. But
It's the
I feel like
sound.
it would depress me because
it's
I would just be like, yeah, they're right. The world needs to change and it won't. And then I'd go down this spiral of wanting to
I
die.
mean, depending on the album you listen to.
True,
That's
I
it.
haven't listened to all their
I
albums, so
mean,
that's fair.
Animals. You gotta listen to that one. That whole album is amazing. 6 songs is all it is, but it's like 42 minutes long. Great. Yeah, no, I like calm music. I'll throw on Pink Floyd or Jimi Hendrix even. Oh, Jimi Hendrix is great. I just, that old era where they were all tripping balls and making music. It was great. It's one of my favorite times in history, dude. Uh, But yeah, no, good stuff. My advice was, just have those three things. It's important. And it's different for everybody. Nobody
Mhm.
has the same trip. Uh, for different reasons. It's all a mental workout, really, for everybody. It's a personal mental workout. Pretty crazy. Um, yeah, all right. How are we on time? Oh, we're good. We're good. So we got like 20 minutes left. Um, I'm just high, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm checking the time because we'll get rolling and just chatting, and then I'm like, how long has it been, bro?
Yeah,
Uh,
if you've been to any of these podcasts, you know Gear's definitely high on every one
yeah,
of them.
of course. I mean, this is, duh. It was a long day at work, all right? I earned it. It was fucking cold this
I
morning,
haven't
bro. It was 10 degrees out, and I was freezing.
10 degrees. God. It was like 60 where I was today.
You lucky.
Yeah, and it's about that here.
Lucky. It was fucking cold.
But
Yeah, it was
it
nice,
was
dude. I sat out
raining,
on the front porch in the sun, just swung on the front porch for a while.
dude. It was
Lucky
miserable here.
motherfucker.
It was
When you
cloudy,
gonna come
humid,
visit me?
and
What the
cold.
fuck?
Uh,
We need to hang out though. We do. We'll have to plan a trip, dude.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I didn't even end up going to Conuga this year.
yeah, I
Like
didn't think so. I
my
really
back is
wanted
fucking
to, but I have
broken.
bills. I have so much shit going on.
The
Once I have
plan,
like a free month where I'm finally just caught up, we should plan something out. Be fun. Have you ever been to have you ever met someone in VR in real life, Austin?
Jeff is about 20 minutes away from me,
Oh, really?
but
Oh,
yeah, he's in Fort Mill
Huh.
area. Like, I don't think that's exactly where he is, but he's in that exit that I used to take to go to work. He's in that area. So,
Right.
but
Huh.
um, no, I kind of want to though. Like, I would be great. It'd be great to meet you guys because we go on these mind journeys together. But
yeah, that would be
you meet
fun.
some great people, man. Like that's one great thing about this stuff is, speaking of back to simulations,
Yeah.
it's
My
cheap.
headphones
Doing
died.
this is really cheap. Someone gets paid, they maintain their house and their space, but like look at what Meta's trying to do. They're doing a
Yeah.
shit job of, but their concept is great. But I mean, this is right here. This is where this idea started. VR chat,
VR
what we're
chat.
doing.
Yep.
Because he's talking about, oh, the metaverse. It's like, dude, this has been around
Yeah.
since what, 2017?
2016 was when this game started.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's already been around for almost 10 years now.
I've been playing it since it started.
Same.
uh,
So, like, I've watched it grow and become weird,
oh, that weird
but
phase in the
better,
middle there. What was
but
that?
better. It's gotten better now.
Now it's way better. Holy shit. I think
Well, there's
Jaden
so
played
many,
early enough to know kind of the weird phase towards
there's
l-
so many more people, and, these headsets are becoming much more affordable.
oh yeah.
And, it doesn't
Yeah,
seem
with
as
the
like it doesn't
with the
take six
quest and
grand to get started.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Fucking
people are
crazy.
wanting to start doing their office meetings and stuff in VR for the pandemic and all that.
Yeah. Why
And
not?
and then there's literally no reason to leave the house other than the real physical interaction or the
Yeah.
experience of doing so.
Especially office work,
But
dude.
yeah,
Office
like
work.
you can do an email, throw on this headset and have a meeting.
Yeah. Fuck it. That'd be so
same
fun.
with school.
Actually, it'll probably start becoming a thing with the new Oculus. Honestly. It's cheap. It's
That's what they
cheap.
want to do.
That's fucking crazy.
$400 to get somebody started versus an office
Right.
building and rent
Exactly.
every day. Get somebody $400 and then just give them a training and an
Yeah.
introduction. Say, listen,
That's fucking genius.
the
We should
big titty
start a
dragon
company.
girl is a man.
We should.
Remember that. That's the
Uh,
training. That's all you get. Now, all right, go have
Boys
fun.
make the best girls, after all.
Yeah.
how crazy would that be? We should start a business, dude. A law firm in VR. You know how fucking crazy that would
A
be?
law firm.
That
You
would be
thought she was
wild.
how old? Well, what was her
Uh,
avatar?
she
Well,
just
there's your
is,
problem.
yeah, yeah. It's like that meme. You're here to see a little girl. She said, or what was it?
He said she was
She
12.
said she was 12. It's great.
Uh,
Memes. Funny shit. Um, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's so weird to look at the night sky, and just be like, what is that? Have you ever gone
dude,
out and just stared up and be like, what the fuck? What is this?
I saw a TikTok of this dude who had this like decently sized telescope in his backyard, and he was like, over there is like Venus, and over there is like Jupiter, and then somewhere over there should be Saturn. So he pointed his telescope at it and literally put his phone camera up to the lens, and you can literally see, without question, without any edits or faking it or smoke and mirrors, there are huge fucking planets out there.
Oh yeah, they're fucking
That's
What's
real.
massive,
crazy,
That
dude.
shit blows my
Yeah,
mind.
dude?
yeah.
You go to like the Grand Canyon, right? And you
Oh,
look.
dude, I love that
Like
view at night.
I live in the
Oh,
mountains, right?
oh, it's
And I go
so
stand on
pretty,
the top
dude.
of the Blue Ridge Mountains and
Oh
look
yeah,
out. I'm like, that's insane.
yeah,
Like you can look up and be like, technically, I can go there. Like that's a thing.
yeah.
Like it's not
That might
like
be
a
the
picture.
future.
That is a real fucking thing that
You
I
could
could
touch it,
technically
dude.
go to.
Well, obviously, it was if it wasn't too hot, but yeah,
Probably
if we
wouldn't
had the
want to.
Bro,
means, we could definitely
I
do
mean,
it.
how many planets? Like what the fuck? There's
That
so
shit's
much unexplored. You imagine if they figured out light travel. Holy shit. Oh, our
Dude,
world
we'll
would change big time if they figured that out.
mark
Huh.
my words. The things that we're gonna see in our lifetimes, because everything's
I
exponential with
know.
technology.
It's crazy. Look what's happened in the past 10
What?
years. My roommate and I were talking
Damn
about
10
this
years.
tonight. 10 years,
Look
dude.
at what's happened in the past 5. Like, dude, you know, we went from my great grandparents are still alive, and he fought in World War II. You
Yeah.
know, they didn't have phones. They just had a
Yeah.
map. They had a map, a machine gun, and said, "Go over
And a
there."
radio, yeah.
Now we have systems where we don't even have to go to war. We can send a drone or a
Exactly.
robot.
Yeah.
Like, and then cars, used to be you have 400 horsepower car, but it can only go like 40 miles an hour
Yeah.
because we hadn't tuned the thing in.
Right.
But now you've got a car that's dead silent
Yep.
and farts and dances, and it goes 0 to 60 in like less than 2 seconds.
Yep.
You ever watch one of those things take off?
Hell yeah.
It's
Those
it's
Teslas are
bizarre.
crazy. Woof.
It's like a glitch in the Matrix because it's here and then it's up there and it's silent. It's no
Yeah.
big revving. Your car's not rumbling from that acceleration. It's
If
just
only they were more affordable. Damn. I guess you can get them on a lease, but bruh.
our world's gonna be pretty amazing, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I'm excited for dude, it's gonna get wild. It's some Tron shit. You know how crazy that is? Some Tron shit. Yeah.
All the bad shit,
I
man.
wish.
You just gotta remember there's bad shit. This is
Oh
gonna
yeah.
end and then
We'll
we're gonna move
figure it
on to the
out.
next bad
We'll
thing.
figure it
But dude,
out.
at the end of the day, no matter what happens, no matter where you are in the world, we can look to amazing things and we don't need to be
Hell
down
yeah.
about everything. This is a new
Yep.
thing and it's shocking. But I don't want to say that we'll get used to it and then not worry about it. That's not what I'm saying. But our world is going to be fantastic and we
Yeah,
don't
we're
need to
gonna be
be down
fine.
about everything.
We'll survive. Whatever comes, whether it's another fucking pandemic or whatever, we'll survive. We're fine.
God, I don't want to think about another one of those
Yeah,
this
no.
early.
God. I think they're done with the last one. They're like, alright, fake news. They
Yeah.
just come out and announce it. It's all hoax. We're sorry. Um, stupid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this week. This was fun. We got in depth, bro. We were talking about some deep shit today. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we were.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. This has been a really fun episode. Uh, just It's just a lot of deep thought, you know. Just what's
Mhm.
out there? You know, what are we? No one knows. That's the best part.
No
That's
one
why
knows.
you know you gotta
So you might
find
as well
out.
live your life, you know, the best
Might
you
as well live
can.
your life. Yep, it's gonna be great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Please follow us on our socials. We have our YouTube channel there, and we also stream to Twitch. So go follow both of those, and yeah, leave us a comment. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
See ya.